Hey, we're in Ironwood. We're actually in the same exact, this is in Arizona, same exact identical location where we had our meetup last year. It was actually this year, it's 2023. It'd probably be the same location that we have it in 2024. Right now I'm just charging batteries. Do you guys have a battery charger like that in your vehicle? It comes in pretty handy because when if you lose power for some reason, we have a lot of these puck lights and you can turn them on and off like that. So we have regular lighting that works on our power station, but then we also have these puck lights all around the truck. So let's guess who's with me. Say hi, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
And also, that's Gracie. Hey, Gracie. Gracie's a foster dog that we're taking care of. And we've had Gracie and her little friend Pee-wee, and they're like best buds.
Pee-wee.
They can't be separated. Pee-wee. Pee-wee. He's a little 8-pound doggy. They really can't be separated, so we're looking for a home for them, for both of them together. We're running our generator because last night our power station, we just used up too much power. It got kind of warm yesterday and we were using air conditioning, and it just gets out of hand, and you can go through 4,000 watts pretty fast using a 5,000 BTU air conditioning unit. So we can plug that generator right into the wall here, just on our regular wall port, and then use our EcoFlow power stations, which are, that particular system is 4,000 watts, a little bit more than 4,000 watts, and we can just, it's a pass-through, so we can just run this right into that. So while it's charging our power stations, it's actually 2 units combined into one. It's the EcoFlow Delta Max. They make a Delta Pro, but it's real big and tall. It's hard to find a place to fit it. So we have that 4,000, I think it's 4,032 watts, and then we have, with the combined second battery and that, and then we have another unit that's, well, 2 units, and they're each 516 watts a piece, and they're separate. They're on a 180 watt panel each. Somebody was doing some donuts out here in their ATV, either that or it's a crop circle. And here we are, and you can see that lift kit has really made a major difference. I mean, look at that. It's so different. Because this was, these tires were, in the front especially, were, the fender was like down here. And actually, the tire in the back, that was actually buried up in here a little bit. We really only had 2 inches of clearance between the tire and the floorboard. So it's important that we did that, Not only that, but we were dragging on, like you come out of a grocery store or something, we were dragging on the curb. So Steve, Desert Adventures in Arizona, was here with me yesterday, and we were talking about, this is an area, it's basically in a flight pattern for military use. I don't know the exact terminology that he used. So you can fly drones out here, even though it's a national monument. Usually you can't, but you're actually legally allowed to fly drones out here. As a matter of fact, Steve is a licensed drone pilot, so he would know. Just gonna walk up the road here, show you the area. So it's dirt road, of course, and there's your typical creosote bushes on the sides here. These green trees out here, these are called Palo Verde trees. I don't know what Palo means, but Verde is green. It's Palo tree? I don't know, it could be. But there's a lot of, well, not a lot of these, but there's some of these out here. They're all over southern Arizona, central Arizona, and they're kind of pointy, like stickers on the ends of these branches on every little limbs, so you got to be careful around them. They're hard to trim back in your yard too. So yesterday got to mid 80s, and today was supposed to be 91 for a high, but then it said 94 today when I looked it up. So it's getting warm here. There are people out here, but there's a lot of space also right now. So I think we all know what this big boy is, well, there's 3 of them, and that's the saguaro cactus, which only grow in limited amount of areas. And this is, you know, this is the main area for these. This one's really beat up. I don't know what's happened to it. Might have been shot. I think you're allowed to hunt in this area during hunting season, but that wouldn't be hunting, of course. That would just be abuse. There is some kind of a fine involved if you destroy one of these or dig it up. At least I know there's a fine for sure if you destroy one. I'm not sure about the digging up. I think you're not allowed to dig them up either, maybe. So here's another spot. You can see the tire tracks. Somebody drove way back in here. One of these spots in here I stayed at with Maddie and Amanda. And, you know, Maddie Van Halen and Adventures with Amanda, and stayed out here. I think I was out here about a week, a little more. It was really super windy, and this has been great, this trip, because we haven't really had hardly any wind at all. The most wind we had, of course, was when we were trying to do our live stream yesterday, Steve and I, kind of as a 3-month out promotion for the February 2nd to February 8th Arizona Ironwood meetup. It's good to get out here and hike around a little bit. So who else planning to come to the meetup? You know, there'll be some of your friends and some YouTube channels that you know out here. I know, not sure if Maddie and Van Halen's gonna be back, or Adventures with Amanda, but I would assume they are, because February is, everything's kind of ended in Quartzsite. I know that Box Van D is going to be here, and that's cool, because we've invited her last few years. She was supposed to come last year, couldn't do it, but it'll be great to see her. She's a good friend. Mo Bang for Your Buck's going to be here. Aussie Van Man will be here. And then the 4 channels that I mentioned earlier, Desert Adventures in Arizona, Mellow Nomadic Adventures, and Ron Sees America will be here. And this is about 20 miles, about 10 miles outside of Tucson, I'd say. This area, it's probably about 20 miles to the spot. It's dirt, it just takes a little bit longer to get here. The road's usually cleaned up, and it's usually not too bad. But I was able to drive 35 miles an hour on these dirt roads coming in yesterday. And just within a 20-minute drive, well, within about a 10 to 12-minute drive, there's Dollar General, Speedway gas, usually at least one food truck there, you know, Mexican food. I think they have Sonoran hot dogs too. If you haven't tried one of those, you might want to try a Sonoran hot dog. Those are fantastic. Oh, you know, it's close to Tucson. There's a Planet Fitness, I think, about a half-hour away. So if you're on that plan where you have the black card and you go to Planet Fitness and do your showers and stuff. I'm weird. I actually go to Planet Fitness and I work out, and then I take a shower. I know most people don't do that in our van lifestyle. They're just there for the shower, you know, clean up. But might as well, you're there. Hey, by the way, if you haven't tried the red light therapy and the and it's not necessarily the red light therapy, but you have to do the red light therapy, which is pretty healthy if you have eyewear, you know, protective eyewear. The red light therapy with the shake plate, the Vibra Shake, set that thing on. It's about, I think it's about 4 minutes, and you bend your knees and you get a workout. It's a pretty, I mean, for me, it's like a really good, like the first third of my workout is that first 20% maybe of effort. Then I go onto the machines and everything. So, and maybe do squats and that kind of stuff. But some people just do that, and you can stay a little in okay shape just doing that, and that's just passive. You know, it's doing the work for you. I mean, you will be sore afterwards because you're the vibration of the plate makes you tense your muscles to try and counteract the vibration. So it's a pretty great idea. I know there's been, you know, electronic equipment that, you know, you put on your abs, do the same little thing, you know, like or for your back, 10 units, that kind of thing. But this is like a whole, it's lower body. It's supposed to work your whole body. Only works your lower body, up to your waist, a little bit of your abs. But it's a great tool to use if you're trying to get in shape, even if that's all you do. And then they got the massage, the hydro massage, so you don't want to pass up on that because that feels great. We're on that plan. I have a gym at home, but and I use that when I'm in a hurry and I'm in Tucson. But the Planet Fitness is great because you can go wherever you're at, and they're in most towns. There's even one up in Flagstaff. And you know, so if you're gonna go to Flagstaff in the summertime to get away from the heat, there's one there.